हवलदार
जी साहब।
मैंने इस एरिया के तमाम ब्लैक लिस्टेड लोगों के नाम मांगे थे। क्या वो उसका?
अभी लाया साहब।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम इंस्पेक्टर। हमारा खुशकिस्मती कि तुम्हारे जैसे बड़े ऑफिसर ने हमको याद किया। हमारे लायक कोई खिदमत?
तुम्हारा नाम शेर खान है?
इस इलाके में नए आए हो साहब, वरना शेर खान को कौन नहीं जानता। खैर, अब मुलाकात हो गई।
जब तक बैठने को न कहा जाए शराफत से खड़े रहो।
This rage is what made The Angry Young Man one of the most enduring characters in Hindi cinema. From early 1970s, Zanjeer, which is 1973, written by Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar, created or presented to the audience the aura of the angry young man, which was perfectly impersonated and embodied by Amitabh Bachchan. Later in films like Diwar, Trishul, Kala Patthar and Shakti, we lived the entire journey of this angry young man. This scene was something that told Javed Akhtar that the audience had not only accepted but also embraced their creation. While watching this scene in a cinema hall, Javed Akhtar noticed that the minute Mr. Bachchan kicks the chair and Pran Saab is standing there and the look in Pran Saab's eyes, somebody in the audience straightened up and said, "Arey baap re." So this was a cue to Javed Akhtar to understand that such a character, although a leading man, a cop, not a big thing for Hindi films, was something that the audiences had never seen before. This was also a creation of the era. The early 70s leading up to the emergency is the era which inspired Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar to come up with this character. And they credit the environment of that time, the socio-political environment of that time, helping them to write this character, to let the words flow out of them. But was it something that happened only in the early 70s, or was the angry young man in the making for a very long time? Hindi cinema and popular Hindi cinema is largely the leading man-driven narrative. And since the 40s, and especially after the independence of India, the leading man became one of the biggest things for popular Hindi film format. Now, the angry young man has its origins in the early 1940s. By mid-1960s, the character comes into its own, and in early 1970s, in a film which came in the same year as Zanjeer in 1973, but is not a Salim Javed film, is what for the first time gave us the angry young man in the avatar that we got to know him. From 1973 till 1988-89, when films like Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak and Maine Pyar Kiya came and rejigged the narrative in Hindi cinema, or at least in popular Hindi films, the angry young man remained not only a character on screen that inspired most of the narrative, but even behind the scenes, the aura of angry young man was far too big to be diminished or to be brushed aside. We at Cinemazi enjoy films as if there is no tomorrow, and for us it's a great thing because we can always take a trip back in the past. So come, let's have a look at what created the angry young man and how the character went on to define not just a generation of filmmakers, but even a future generation of filmmakers that would turn back and look at this character, and even international filmmakers like Danny Boyle, who turned to the angry young man as a template when they were attempting Slumdog Millionaire. The angry young man was a product of the environment that the society was witnessing at that time, or that is what screenwriters Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar have always maintained. Which is quite true. The early 70s were a period of great turbulence, both socially and politically, which had to somewhere reflect in the cinema of that time. But the angry young man as a character, as somebody who's not very happy with the situation that they are in, and somewhere goes beyond blaming a particular person or a particular segment of the society, and just revolts against the wrongs that have surrounded him or whatever he holds responsible for the state that he is in. Now, this is usually somebody who has wronged him or his family, or somebody who has wronged society on a greater scale. That being the foundation on which the angry young man's character was laid, you have to go back in time and check out a film called Kismat. Kismat came out in 1943. It became a very big hit of that time. And in that film, the character played by Ashok Kumar, Shekhar, who's a pickpocket, there's a double role that Ashok Kumar has in the film. But that character is the first character who does not mind doing wrong things and kind of stylizes the so-called wrongdoings to such an extent that the thin line separating a villain, an anti-hero and the hero somewhere gets separated. By the time the character of the leading man comes to the late 40s in a film like Awara or Shri 420, Awara does not have an explanation why the character becomes the way that the character becomes, but Shri 420 has a moral conundrum at the heart of the narrative of the film, where the character has to take a call whether he believes in doing the right thing or carrying on with that, or taking the shortcut to success. He succumbs, of course he comes back later, and that is what makes him a hero more than an anti-hero. In Mother India, the character of Sunil Dutt, Birju, who takes up being a dacoit and takes up arms to avenge the wrongdoings of the moneylender of the village, kind of created the first template, so to speak, for the anti-hero. Later, in 1961, in Ganga Jamna, Dilip Kumar's character also tries to follow the same path as Birju, but makes a bigger societal statement.
तेरी कसम तुझे जो कुछ हो जाए ना, इस संसार का आग लगा के माँ की कर दूंगा मैं धन्नो.
The character played by Sunil Dutt, Birju, in Mother India is the basis for Salim and Javed's Angry Young Man. We'll get to that in a bit. But in between Diwar or Zanjeer, the first film where you see Salim Javed's Angry Young Man, is another film. That film is Satyakam. Now Satyakam is a film where Dharmendra plays Satyapriya, this morally upright character who does not believe in doing the wrong thing, and he is so right, he is so correct and so by the book that it often infuriates people around him. He is not even willing to understand the change in the society, which in other words is a euphemism for, just look the other way when somebody is corrupt or does the wrong thing. Satyapriya does not believe in doing that, and he pays his price for that, but he's okay with that. In the early 70s, the characters in Gulzar's debut film as a director, Mere Apne, played by Vinod Khanna and Shatrughan Sinha, are college students who are misguided and used by politicians and political parties to further their agenda. They are clearly divided into two groups, and you can see the differences in the groups. One is a more urban, more reasonable kind of a gunda, while the other guy is cut from the same fabric that a Birju is cut from. The only difference between Chenu, the character played by Shatrughan Sinha in Mere Apne, and Birju is the setting. Birju is in a village and Chenu is in the town. Otherwise, they both are the same character. And the stylized acting of Shatrughan Sinha, who was one of the most popular villains at that time. Ironically, even Vinod Khanna was a very popular villain, but Vinod Khanna was slowly making this transition to play a conventional leading man. The dialogues of Shatrughan Sinha in the film, Chenu, the anger that Chenu has.
आए तो उससे कह देना छेनू आया था. बहुत गर्मी है खून में तो बेशक आ जाए मैदान में. जो हसरत निकालनी हो निकाल ले वो, लेकिन आइंदा मेरे किसी लड़के को हाथ लगाया तो मोहल्ले का मोहल्ला उड़ा कर.
And Chenu is not angry in a classical sense of being angry. He is somebody who's having fun. He knows that there is a cut-off date for his shenanigans. He knows that either he will die or he will end up in the jail. But till that time, he's out there having fun. And his style, his nuances became so popular that there were periods off screen where the villains played by Vinod Khanna and Shatrughan Sinha, and even early films of Danny Dengzongpa as the villain, became more popular. They became more popular than the conventional leading men of that phase. That, of course, is a precursor to what was about to happen. Now, the film which comes closest to defining the angry young man in the way Salim and Javed went on to highlight that character in films like Zanjeer, Diwar, Trishul, Kala Pathar and Shakti, is seen in Namak Haram. The film is a Rishikesh Mukherjee film. It's a remake of Beckett, where a rich, spoiled brat, unable to take his insult at the hand of a trade union leader.
डैडी ने एक वर्कर का हाथ छिल गया था मशीन में. Tell me, was it my fault? Was it my fault?
Kind of impresses his friend who comes from the lower strata of society to infiltrate that group, become the leader, and then do exactly what he says. Of course, Rajesh Khanna's character, who enters that group and becomes their leader, has a change of heart when he sees the hardships of the workers and the mazdoor ki peeda, and he just changes after that. Somewhere these were the foundations that Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar took, and they just ran with it. Now their angry young man is angry against the society, and their angry young man often ends up getting pushed to the other side of law. In Zanjeer, the upright cop Vijay cannot find any reason within the purview of law or within the legal system to take care of the villains. Hence, he's thrown out of the police service. He becomes a vigilante, so to speak, and along with Sher Khan, a reformed criminal because of his actions, avenges the death of his parents. In Diwar, a dock worker ends up becoming a big smuggler and does not mind doing anything wrong, does not mind breaking the law. Up until Zanjeer, the angry young man does not want to cross the line. He merely wants to push the line a little more so that the cops and the robbers have an equal playing field. But that's not the case in Diwar. In Trishul, once again, you revert to the Vijay of Zanjeer, who takes advantages of loopholes in the system to further his agenda. By the time Kala Patthar happens, which is inspired by Lord Jim, where Vijay puts himself in harm's way, basically as a penance for the wrongs that he has done or for the people that he has let down, is completely different from the characters of Zanjeer and Diwar. But again, that's a journey of the angry young man. Somewhere Trishul's Vijay and Diwar's Vijay is also inspired by a character played by Feroz Khan in a film called Aadmi Aur Insaan. That film was directed by Yash Chopra and it released in the same year, 1969, as Satyakam, where Dharmendra's character is an upright engineer and Feroz Khan's character, JK, is this businessman who does not believe in rules as long as they are not hurting anybody. He's okay with the idea of bribing people, he's okay with the idea of once again pushing the envelope as long as his work gets done.
आप इस दुनिया को एक बाजार समझते हैं जहाँ हर चीज बिकती है, लेकिन आपको मालूम होना चाहिए JK साहब कि इस दुनिया में हर चीज नहीं बिकती.
Of course, JK gives an idea that he may consider your pain if it's big enough. Otherwise, he's not interested. Of course, the character played by Feroz Khan, who back then was building this legacy of being the suave, urban, and uber cool young man. And of course, Feroz Khan's personal style also came into being. So the hero's name, for the first time, the anti-hero's name is not a regular name like Jay or Ravi or anything like that. It's JK. It sounds very classy. It sounds very business-like. And Feroz Khan, I mean, you can only imagine Feroz Khan, getting ready for that role or saying that JK does not believe in rules. JK does not work on Sundays. JK is JK. FK, JK, and even Feroz Khan's own production was called FK Internationals, of course, after his own name. Vijay in Trishul is inspired by JK more than the traditional angry young man. Whereas by the time you come to Shakti, the journey of angry young man is over, and interestingly, we have a new discovery there. We suddenly see that the angry young man is somewhere also cut from the same fabric as his father. In Shakti, the story of the angry young man is also the story of the father of the angry young man, which was played by Dilip Kumar in the film. In the film, Dilip Kumar is a cop called Ashwini who's so upright that he does not even mind sacrificing his own son when the kidnappers kidnap his son and they call him for a ransom and they tell him that you need to, let go of certain criminals. He's absolutely clear.
मार डालो उसे, लेकिन मैं अपने फर्ज से बेईमानी नहीं करूंगा. समझे? तुम लोगों से जो बन पड़े कर लो. सुनते हो? जो बन पड़े कर लो. लेकिन मैं यशवंत को नहीं छोड़ूंगा.
But towards the end, you realize that Vijay's father somewhere does not want his son to be like him. Whereas Vijay, while dying in his father's arms, he's angry with his father and he says that I always wanted to be like you.
बहुत कोशिश की कि अपने दिल से आपकी मोहब्बत निकाल दूं, लेकिन मैं हमेशा आपसे प्यार करता रहा.
Somewhere the journey of the angry young man then makes you wonder, is it the anger against the society, or is it the anger against your elders for what they did, for the lifestyle that they led, or the ideology that they had, which somewhere yielded results very different from what they were hoping for? Nonetheless, Angry Young Man character became very, very popular, larger than life, played a great role in creating Amitabh Bachchan's one-man industry aura. Of course, hits which were not the Angry Young Man films, or in other words, not written by Salim Javed, films like Khoon Pasina, Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, Amar Akbar Anthony, Sharabi, Lavaris, they became so huge, so big that they too added somewhere to Amitabh Bachchan's one-man industry aura. But if you take out these 4 or 5 Angry Young Man films, suddenly Amitabh Bachchan's filmography does not seem that strong and that well-rounded off. The Angry Young Man played a great role behind the scenes as well when it came to popular Hindi films. Such was the impact of the character that in the early 1980s, when Amitabh Bachchan was transitioning to a different phase as an actor, with films that necessarily did not depend on the Angry Young Man template, but at the same time was also looking at a career in politics around 1984. Many young actors were being looked at with the idea that who was going to replace Amitabh Bachchan. And unlike the past, where an up-and-coming superstar or a box office phenomenon comes and very silently replaces the star before him or her, here in this case it was very clear the question was not who was going to replace Amitabh Bachchan, the question also was who's going to be the next Angry Young Man. In that phase, films such as Mashal, Arjun, Dakat and Meri Jang, these were 4 films which were written by Javed after his split with Salim Khan, and all of them somewhere looked at the Angry Young Man in a new, fresh light, which took a little more into consideration the situation of that era. So as opposed to black marketing, smuggling or a vendetta, the Angry Young Man here was also looking at joblessness in Arjun, or the fallacy or the shortcoming of the legal system in Meri Jang, and the general idea of the haves and the have-nots in Mashal, where a bunch of ruffians led by Anil Kapoor wants to make life hell for Dilip Kumar, who's an upright editor and has his own newspaper, and how the company of Dilip Kumar changes the life of Anil Kapoor's character, who goes on to become a journalist and then ends up becoming a crusader against his own mentor or benefactor. In Dakat, the character was a little more on the lines of the classic Ganga Jamna or Mother India kind of an Angry Young Man, but somewhere he was not a throwback to that era. He was very modern. This was a Daku who did not wear dhoti, who did not ride horses, traditionally speaking. He had army fatigues, and he would always be a more modern kind of a dakat or a dacoit, as opposed to the Birjus from Mother India. This was the impact of the Angry Young Man. This continued up until 1988 when Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak released and kind of pressed a refresh button on the classic romance genre in Hindi films and gave us a new hero, the boy next door. In Maine Pyar Kiya, this was taken a step further. The actors who played these roles, Amir Khan, Juhi Chawla, Salman Khan, ended up defining a new kind of leading man and leading woman. Then the success of Tezab, which had Madhuri Dixit's first big breakthrough film as a leading actress, that also somewhere changed the way the heroine was featured in Hindi films. The heroines, the leading lady roles played by the likes of Juhi Chawla, Madhuri Dixit, and a few years later Kajol, Rani Mukherjee, Preeti Zinta, Manisha Koirala, they were not the kind of characters that women played in the Angry Young Man films. They had a larger, more well-defined role. Of course, they were also regressive to some extent because they were made to fit into the realm of popular Hindi films, and in an era where the writers could not dominate the narrative as much as Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar could do, the heroine ended up suffering a lot. But that's a completely different story. The Angry Young Man is still there when you go back and travel in time and look at these films. And the Angry Young Man is also somewhere the inspiration for the characters that writers and filmmakers such as Anurag Kashyap, Dipakar Banerjee, Vishal Bhardwaj, Sriram Raghavan come up with. This character has endured for more than 4 decades and does not seem as if it's going to go anywhere. Of course, we'll see newer shades, but instead of looking forward, if we look back, there is a lot to rediscover in not just the angry young man from Salim Javed films, but also the angry young man as a character. We hope you enjoyed watching this. At Cinemazi, we love going back in time and hope to see you soon on a different story. Thanks.